Silence, all stand. All persons having any business before this honourable court now draw nigh and give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Wendy Acevedo.
May it please the court, I move that Wendy Acevedo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Wendy Acevedo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Heba Al-Bukhari.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Heba Al-Bukhari be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Heba Al-Bukhari be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Manasa Vasanth Anira.
May it please the court, I move that Manasa Vasanth Anira be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Manasa Anira be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Lee Bauer.
May it please the court, I move that Samantha Lee Bauer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Samantha Lee Bauer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jason Burt.
May it please the court, I move that Jason Burt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jason Burt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ellie Carter.
May it please the court, I move that Ellie Carter be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ellie Carter be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Courtney Helena Chelly.
May it please the court, I move that Courtney Helena Seeley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Courtney Helena Celia be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
June Chu.
May it please the court, I move that June Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That June Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Billy Lockman Lu Lock Ko.
May it please the court, I move that Billy Lockman Lu Lock Ko be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Billy Lockman Lu Lock Ko be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Louise Coward.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Louise Coward be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Hannah Louise Coward be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Oliver Denson.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Oliver Denson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Thomas Oliver Dempson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Craig William Duffy.
May it please the court, I move that Craig William Duffy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Craig William Duffy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Guiling Fun.
May it please the court, I move that Guiling Fun be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Guilin Fun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jane Robin Francis.
May it please the court, I move that Jane Robin Francis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jane Robin Francis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Louise Jane Gray.
May it please the court, I move that Louise Jane Gray be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Louise Jane Gray be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cheyenne Rachel Griffiths.
May it please the court, I move that Cheyenne Rachel Griffiths be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Cheyenne Rachel Griffith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Carlos Fernando Huacte Sarmiento.
May it please the court, I move that Carlos Fernando Huacte Sarmiento be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Carlos Fernando Guata Sarmiento be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Mary Hampson.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Mary Hampson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Madeline Mary Hampson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophie Amanda Hawkins Adams.
May it please the court, I move that Sophie Amanda Hawkins Adams be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Sophie Amanda Hawkins Adams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Morgan Sarah Houston.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Morgan Sarah Houston be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Morgan Sarah Houston be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shannon Lee Jenkin.
May it please the court, I move that Shannon Lee Jenkins be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Shannon Lee Jenkin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Josefovsky.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Josefovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lydia Josefovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eleanor Louise Kenny.
May it please the court, I move that Eleanor Louise Kenny be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Eleanor Louise Kenny be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bibek Karel.
May it please the court, I move that Bibek Karel be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Bibek Karel be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patrick John Liam Lucanis.
May it please the court, I move that Patrick John Liam Lucanis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Patrick John Liam Lucanis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Molly Ann McElroy O'Connell.
May it please the court, I move that Molly Ann McElroy O'Connell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Molly Ann McElroy O'Connell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bryson Henry Robert McMartin.
May it please the court, I move that my brother, Bryson Henry Robert McMartin, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Bryson Henry Robert McMartin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nora Mosa.
May it please the court, I move that Nora Mosa be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Nora Mosa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Bernadette Elva Nijame.
May it please the court, I move that Catherine Bernadette Elva Nijame be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Catherine Bernadette Elva Nijame be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amit Pala.
May it please the court, I move that Amit Pala be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Amit Pala be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sanchit R. Paul.
May it please the court, I move that Sanchit R. Paul be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Sanchit R. Paul be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lachlan Paul Pembroke.
May it please the court, I move that Lachlan Paul Pembroke be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lachlan Paul Pembroke be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ornella Chamon.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Ornella Shannon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ornella Shannon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fusheng Shan.
May it please the court, I move that Fusheng Shan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Fusheng Shang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anastasia Simonian.
Please the court, I move that Anastasia Simonian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Anastasia Simonian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anuki Nushara Surawira.
May it please the court, I move that Anuki Nushara Surawira be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Anuki Nushara Surawira be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Raina Ann Thomas.
May it please the court, I move that Raina Ann Thomas be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Raina Ann Thomas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Danielle Lynn Tremblay.
May it please the court, I move that Danielle Lynn Tremblay be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Danielle Lynn Tremblay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Penelope Tissimilas.
May it please the court, I move that Penelope Similis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Penelope Similis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlie David Ward.
May it please the court, I move that Charlie David Ward be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Charlie David Ward be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Helena Dorothy Madeline Westphal.
May it please the court, I move that Helena Dorothy Madeline Westphal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Helena Dorothy Madeline Westphal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shannon Lee Wright.
May it please the court, I move that Shannon Lee Wright be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Shannon Lee Wright be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Truman Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Truman Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Truman Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shengzai Zheng.
May it please the court, I move that Shengzai Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Shengzai Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will be necessary now for those applicants whose admission has been moved to stand and remain standing for the purpose of swearing an oath or making an affirmation. Please stand as directed by the officiator.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? 3 and 4 please sit back down. Wendy Acevedo, Heba Al-Bukhari, Manasa Vasanth Anira, Samantha Lee Bauer, Jason Burt, Ellie Carter, Courtney Helena Selly, Jun Chu, Billy Lockmanlu Lock Ko, Hannah Louise Coward, Thomas Oliver Denson, Craig William Duffy, Guiling Fan, Jane Robin Francis, Louise Jane Gray, Cheyenne Rachel Griffiths. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of the state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Please sit down. Rows 3 and 4, can you please stand up? Carlos Fernando Huacte Sarmiento, Madeline Mary Hampson, Sophie Amanda Hawkins Adams, Morgan Sarah Houston, Shannon Lee Jenkin, Olivia Josefovsky, Eleanor Louise Kenny, Bibek Carell, Patrick John Liam Lucanis, Molly Ann McElroy O'Connell, Bryson Henry Robert McMartin, Nora Mosa, Catherine Bernadette Elva Nijame, Amit Pala, Sanchit R. Paul. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. Rows 5 and 6 on my left, please stand up. Lachlan Paul Pembroke, Ornella Shamon, Fusheng Shan, Anastasia Simonian, Anuki Nushara Surawira, Raina Ann Thomas, Danielle Lynn Tremblay, Penelope Similas, Charlie David Ward, Helena Dorothy Madeline Westphal, Shannon Lee Wright, Truman Zhang, Shengzai Zheng. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Thank you. Now that the formalities of today's proceedings are over, may I welcome you all warmly to the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and in particular to our Banco Court. I am Justice Stevenson. I sit in the Equity Division, and I sit today to represent the Chief Justice. Present with me on the bench today to my right is Justice White, who sits in the Court of Appeal, and to my left is Justice Peaton, who sits with me in the Equity Division. And together we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice. We have done so sitting on the land of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who have cared for and been custodians of this land, as we all know, for thousands of years, and I pay my respect, and the court pays its respect, to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Well, to all the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession on behalf of the Chief Justice and on behalf of the judges here gathered. Today is a day for celebration. We know how hard you've all worked to get here, and I'm also pleased to welcome those who are with you today to celebrate your success, either live here in the Banco Court or on the live stream. For many of you, no doubt, the support of your family and friends has been invaluable. No doubt they've all been on the receiving end of your finely developed or developing skills of argument and persuasion. I encourage you to take time to thank them today, and depending on how good an advocate you are, you may be able to persuade them to take you somewhere civilised tonight for a celebration. Being admitted as a lawyer today, you join an ancient and honourable profession. The custom of advocates swearing an oath on their admission dates back to the 12th century, and in this court, lawyers were first admitted in 1824, so almost 200 years ago. And by 1830, the practice had developed of new lawyers entering their names on the rolls of the state, as you will do after we finish today. And it's in the acknowledgement of these weighty responsibilities that we observe today's unique formalities. First, your admission has been moved by someone who's already a member of the legal profession, and also you've made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers, and they are all witnesses, as we are, to the promises and undertakings you've made today. Now, in terms of tradition and formality, if you look around the portraits on the walls of the court, you will see that we are wearing the same robes, and in some cases, and certainly in mine, literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. We don't do that because we think it's fashionable. We don't do it because it's comfortable. We do it to symbolise the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales. And these are not empty phrases with some theoretical import. The rule of law is a vital aspect of our society. And to oversimplify matters, it means that no person or institution, including the government, is above the law, and all persons are subject to it and subject to the same law. And in a world where there's global uncertainty, the rule of law is, I'm sure you'll all agree, more important than ever. It's the opposite of arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. There's nothing theoretical about that. The law touches every part of our society, and it will lead you, no doubt, to have many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you take, you must always remember the oath or affirmation you've just made, which is a serious one and deserves and will always deserve in your career solemn regard. So whether you work in private practice, go to the bar, work in a community legal centre, work in a government agency, or in an entirely different field, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition that has surrounded what we've done today, we all know that not everything in the legal profession remains static. We all know from the pandemic of the enormous technological changes that have occurred to the way lawyers practice, and it's brought profound changes to, and some good changes, to the way we work. It's introduced some more workplace flexibility, and that is no doubt particularly useful for those with family responsibilities and people who work in regional and remote communities. But whilst the increase in the use of technology offers advantages, we must remember that the practice of law has human nature and human beings and human interaction at its core. And an essential part of being a lawyer, as I'm sure you will all learn, or if you don't know already, is to understand people, understand how people react to different situations under pressure and deal with each other. There have been, of course, other changes in the law. When we think about diversity in the legal profession, we, I think, can see that much progress has been made, but there's much progress to be made. One notable example is the role of female lawyers. In New South Wales, as some of you may know, women were not permitted to practice at all. But now, since I think about 2018, more than half all solicitors admitted to practice are women, and women make currently up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 30. And some of the most important legal positions in the country are held by women. The Chief Justice of Australia is a woman, as is the Chief Justice of Queensland, Victoria, and the ACT. The President of our Court of Appeal is a woman. The Senior Public Defender and the Director of Public Prosecutions are women. The Presidents of the Bar Association and Law Society are women. And in this court, of recent times, certainly half the judges being appointed are women. There should also be strong representation from lawyers of different backgrounds, diverse representation among solicitors, advocates and judges assists ensuring that all people involved in our system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged in a system which reflects the broader community. The admission ceremonies on which I've sat since becoming a member of the court 11 odd years ago highlight just how great this diversity of background amongst junior lawyers has changed since I entered practice, and that's a very good thing. Leaders of the profession and courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. Now, if I may, let me offer you a bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you'll often need to make difficult ethical questions. You'll need to use the tools you've developed to think critically and to not compromise your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice, as well as your duties, of course, to your clients. At various points in your career, you will make mistakes, some serious, perhaps some not so serious. We all make mistakes from time to time. The important thing to do is to try to learn from the mistakes you make and to not try to make the same mistake twice. One mistake you must not make, can I emphasise, is to give your clients the advice that you think they want to hear. That will not ever be good advice. You must give the same answer to the same question for the same reasons, no matter who asks it and no matter in what context the asking or for what purpose the asking may occur. And those words are not mine, they're of a wiser man than me, Justice Gagler, who wrote that before he was appointed to the High Court. Being a lawyer means you'll be an advisor, you'll be a problem solver, a mediator, and if you go to the bar, an advocate. And as you go about your day-to-day professional life, you're not dealing merely with the law, not merely with folders and documents, but with people's lives, because very likely the individuals that you'll be representing will be facing a situation of great personal challenge. Very often it's easier for us to forget that the people that we are representing as lawyers are going through a momentous occasion in which you are representing them. And for these reasons, you must always strive to deliver your legal services not only competently and fearlessly, but always with courtesy, integrity and sensitivity, and also bearing in mind the need to uphold the dignity of all persons participating in the legal process, especially perhaps young people. Can I, in this context, emphasise the importance of civility? It's often lost, and aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in litigation, can be confrontational, can be tense. The practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism distracting you from the duty you have to the court and to your clients. It's essential you maintain detachment, balance and good humour, remembering at all times you are members of a profession. And remember this, the best advocates can and do make their points simply and succinctly. Often, I would add, usually, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and naturally I'm not referring to other of my colleagues on the bench here now. For a non-lawyer, the law is often incomprehensible. One of your roles will be to make the law accessible to others sometimes by deciphering complex statutes, sometimes, very often, can I suggest, by deciphering poor legal drafting of others, and sometimes simply getting to the bottom of messy factual situations and trying to get to the heart of what really is the issue you have to deal with. So strive to be clear and concise both in your writing and in your speaking. That will facilitate access to justice. Your physical and mental health are important. The law can be a stressful environment in which to work. Sometimes you will feel probably overwhelmed, burnt out, exhausted. Work hard to keep a balance. Keep an eye out to ensure that your colleagues do as well, and keep in touch with the eternal matters. And if you get overwhelmed by it, as frankly we'll do from time to time, try to step back and recapture some perspective. Also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in that context, let me now call on young representatives of the New South Wales Bar and Law Society to say a few words. Ms Lambourne, do you move?
May it please the Court. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I'm proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, and that allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you're interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year lawyers, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the Court.
Thank you, Ms Lambourne. Ms Zaney, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Myrna, and not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today. And what a day it is for all of you. You are here today being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step of a long and arduous journey for many of you. You should all feel immensely proud of everything that you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy, and often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 4 years of practicing as a criminal lawyer, I can tell you that I've already learned a thing or two. One of the most important things I've learned is the importance of belonging to a community in the legal profession. The legal profession is a large and increasingly diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is home to that community, with its roughly 30,000 lawyers flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our desire to connect, our commitment to continuous learning, and our drive to give back to the community and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers to support you is critical. That is why I have been a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers for roughly 2 years. Here I have found friendship, support, inspiration and guidance when I needed it the most. as well as opportunities to advocate and join communities. By joining the Law Society of New South Wales and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of professional development and mentoring opportunities, publications, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as the most recently mentored young lawyers, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Speak to your employer about joining us, or you can find us on all online platforms. We look forward to welcoming you to the Law Society. Thank you. May it please the court.
Thank you, Ms. Daniel. Can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people, and you should be proud to be a lawyer and of your achievements to date and of the profession you've just joined. It's a very important profession that undermines stability and cohesion in our society, and you are now an important part of that very important profession. So, work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourselves too seriously. We wish you all the best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead. And on behalf of the judges of the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
Stay.